So it has been almost 2 weeks since Ruben Amorim has taken in charge of Man United. And after yesterday's game, I really thought of making a video about it because I have been looking into his gameplay and right after he took over, although it has been just only 2 weeks. So I've noticed certain changes in United's gameplay. It has not been a drastic change, or it can't be because it is not magic that a coach will come and change the playing style right away. Because the players have been playing in a different style for the last 2 years or more than 2 years, for the 3 years. So it is not easy to adapt because the players are different, suited to a different system, and they are trying to stick to a new system. So yesterday I noticed is that if you if you observe Amorim's system or the way he has been playing in Sporting Lisbon, he has always preferred a three back system. With three back, I mean three centre backs. And I think if no injury happens, the three centre backs that played yesterday will be the main, always the first choice centre backs that Amorim will be picking. And in midfield, maybe some changes will happen because he has just been got 2 weeks with the team, and if you see like the previous matches, every game onwards changes are happening because he's just trying to know the players. He's trying out different combinations, so it has not been fully finalized yet. Maybe in some days Rashford is starting, then some days Garnacho is starting, probably in some of the days Casemiro is starting in the midfield. Except a few constant players, there have been changes. Due to suspensions or other things, due to injuries. But he's trying to just try out. What will happen, or he's just trying out different combinations. But I really noticed few things. Like as of now, like the issues with Man United were many. First of all, the major thing was like United were easily giving away balls. They were very sloppy in possession. Like if you have been hearing Amorim's press conferences, he has been very clear in it. Like I also analyzed. I saw his yesterday's post-match press conference, and he was saying that like they are really trying to build on it. And if you see like yesterday, like United had majority of the ball position. Like earlier, it used to happen that United were easily giving away balls, and due to which they were conceding huge amount of shots per game. And I think still that problem persists because if you see yesterday, even though United had the lion's share of possession, but even after that, Nottingham Forest and United were almost level in the total shots. Apart from not only the shots on target, probably they had more because they ultimately they scored more goals. But among the total shots that the both of the teams had, I think it was equal. But that shouldn't be the case because if you are having possession of the ball, if you are controlling the game, then either you are losing balls at the middle third or your defensive third, or probably giving away balls at certain area due to which you are very, you are not able to control the play. Num- Another thing, another issue that United had was the transition issue. If United were going up and suddenly losing balls, United lacked or are probably lacking the set of players who can come back and probably stop a counter attack from happening. They're really trying. And another thing that I noticed is that during build up yesterday, what was happening, we saw a structured shape. The shape was somewhat like we had Delete, Lenioro, and Lisandro Martinez, and up front in the middle we had Ugarte and Mainu. Then on the two as of two wing backs we had Dallo and here Amad Diallo, and in between the lines were Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, and up front we had Hoyland. So if you observe, if you have seen yesterday's match, like every time United got the ball and were trying to build up from the back, there is a particular pattern that we saw. What was that? Like generally, Delete used to be main the ball carrier, and every time United crossed the halfway of the pitch, so the team was structured in a way like this was Euro and Delete, and as Lisandro Martinez is a ball playing centre back who is very good in distributing the ball or even giving line breaking passes because Ruben Amorim generally prefers those kind of players, and if you have seen his style of play in Sporting Lisbon, he has his main creators have always been the centre backs, generally Usman Diomande or Gonzalo Ignacio. So as Lisandro Martinez is that kind of player, I mean he was like generally taking the ball from the left and he was trying to pin the ball towards either Garnacho or Dallo, because the Nottingham Forest players were lined up in such a way like they were blocking both Mainu and Ugarte, so that United cannot utilize the half space and were forcing them to go wide. Garnacho, on the other hand, what I found is like even though he was lined up at the interior, but as a player he generally prefers going in the wide spaces. And every time like Dallo got the ball, we saw that movement shift. And from there on, Garnacho took the ball and was utilized in the flanks to go inside or probably give balls from there. The one of the best things about up until now has been really the way Ahmad Diallo has been playing. Like not only under Amorim's time, but ever since he got an opportunity, be it under Eric Ten Hag or be it under Ruud van Nistelrooy's role, like he has always tried to give his best. Generally, I mean, under both the managers like Ruud van and Eric Ten Hag, he used to play as a left winger, but Amorim has always tried to use him as a right wing back position. I mean, my apologies, I mentioned as a left winger, but for Ruud van Nistelrooy and Eric Ten Hag's system, he was playing used to play as a right winger, but under Amorim's role, under Amorim's system, he has been trying to play as a right wing back, and he's really thriving under that role. Like every time, if you see his position, either he is just going one on one, he's trying to do take-ons with his defenders, or if that space is not available, he's trying to go inside, he's trying to invert and trying to create the play from there, which he has been successful in. But coming to the goals that United have conceded, I mean, I know like the first goal has been from a set piece. Like United are really bad at defending set pieces, and work needs to be done on that. Apart from that, another goal that United considered, the second goal, I mean, that United gave away at the almost beginning of the second half, which almost changed the almost scenario of the game, was miscommunication between Lenier and Bruno Fernandes. I know, like, it is in the initial stages, but I mean, those kind of mistakes are really hard. I mean, at this point, like in a Premier League game, when the game is 1-1, and probably if you are going for the win in the second half, you are in the home game advantage. So those kind of mistakes, if you commit, and these things are, and Nottingham Forest, I mean, do not disrespect Nottingham Forest. Like they're at fifth position. They're only 3 points behind Man City this time. I know Man City haven't been playing that well, but currently they are at fifth position and they are at 24 points. So it is, I mean, you cannot just write them away. I mean, they are playing good and they have really got some important matches. Probably the only team up until now who has managed to beat Liverpool in Anfield. So if you give away those kind of opportunities, so they are definitely going to capitalize on them and score a goal. And the third goal that we considered, I mean, that was completely Onana's mistake. Like Onana should have saved it. Anyways, so these kind of mistakes cannot be repeated in a game. And when you are almost trailing by 2 goals to 1 and you need a win, so these kind of things are really not acceptable. One of the good positives that I got from this game was that United were earlier United didn't were able to control the position. Like yesterday, I saw that they were good in position at least in the first half or until they had the ball. I mean, I saw proper shape like every time they used to move forward or even if they lost the ball. Like I mean, they are not that. I mean, they are fully not that good in transition, but still they are showing glimpses of coming back, trying to get a proper shape, trying to defend the box. And the first goal that United scored, that was a really good move. I mean, this is the kind of move that every coach wants their team to play. The way they utilize the half space, the way they created the triangle between Bruno, I mean, Jalit, and probably Ugarte at that point. So from there on, the goal the Manchester scored, that was a really lovely goal. So these kind of plays, every coach wants to see. Maybe in future, as I mean, I know it will take time, and probably this team needs to stick more it is under a new system. So hopefully like this will work out. And I know in upcoming we have very different difficult games, and in these moments we need to be with the coach, because let us suppose United lose probably next two matches, or probably do not perform well. I will not be surprised if certainly a group comes up and saying that Amorim should be sacked. I mean, this has happened in the past, but this is not a solution. We really need to give time to a coach. Like, the coach has a different system, and I think we need to be patient this time, because it has been already 5 to 6 managers that we have had, but this is not the solution. We really need to stick to a plan and give the coach some time. For this, we may not have success right away, or maybe in the next 1 year, but I mean, in order to build something, a time is needed, and this is football. And in a league like English Premier League, where you have so much, I mean, high paced football, such difficult teams, every time team is trying to beat, every time team is trying to get 3 points. So we really need to be careful. So let us see like what happens in future. Only time will tell. But I really wish the best for Man United.